Don't mind me, just setting up my backup stuff. Hey, Nicole. As usual, I'm having technical issues because YouTube just doesn't like me. Hey, Liz. I'm going to not be on here for very long, especially since I know you're going live in an hour. So I just wanted to go on for a little bit and just hang out for a few. I'm trying to grab the new link. There we go. So I can switch. I thought I had everything sorted out with my new laptop and my camera, but for some reason, whenever I click the live button, I can see everything just fine on my laptop, but it doesn't go live anywhere else. So yet another thing I need to fix. It's really obnoxious. All right, let me just edit my link. I hope that updated properly. I don't know what's going on with everything being all wonky. I love your vinyl. I don't know how you always find the good stuff, but you do. I still need to get some of that Alice vinyl. It's so damn cute. But I'm kind of glad that I haven't been trying to get any because I'm already overstocked as it is, so. All right, so I don't need this screen anymore. I can actually just pull up YouTube chat on here. That'll make it a lot easier. If I can actually figure out how to get to my channel. I forget how to use things when I don't use them for a few days. There we go. Hey, Holly. Well, let's go to live chat. Here we go. Okay, well, if it's crows, skulls, and black roses, you know I'm instantly going to want it, and I'm going to be, like, all over your page. Licking all over the damn screen. Because I'm nasty like that. Okay, so I just thought I'd open a few things. I've accumulated a few packages over the past few days, and some of them are from places that are pertaining to sewing stuff, and this one's not. I'm just really excited to get this one. I went in for an oil change, not yesterday, but the previous Saturday. And I lease my vehicles, and I have a pattern of every time we go in for an oil change towards the end of my lease, somehow we end up leaving in a new vehicle. And this time I wanted to be prepared for it. And we went in, we got the oil change, and then we went out and we left with a deposit on a new vehicle. I'm obsessed with Honda CR-Vs, and I've been driving them for years. And they had a 2025 Touring hybrid that had just come off the truck. It wasn't even available for sale yet. But I was like, no, I need it. I want it. I need it. I want it. I need it. So we put down a deposit. And then we ended up going to pick it up on Monday and turned in my 2022 CR-V. So I have a nice shiny new vehicle, and unfortunately some of the window decals that I had in the previous one melted, so they would not reattach to the new windshield. So I had to buy some more. And these I bought from Spirit Halloween. Of course, you know, it's going to be Nightmare Before Christmas, but also Trick or Treat. I love them. everywhere I go, like regularly, they always know my vehicle because they spot my decals. These ones are just regular window clings. They're very thin, but they stay put. And these ones are jelly. They're actually kind of weird. They do tend to melt, but they are very sticky. They don't move. They don't slide around. If you try to clean them with warm water, they get really gooey. It's really gross. I did try to clean them to reactivate the sticky on them. And that's how I found out that they get gooey. So, all right. So this one is from Wizardry Stitchery. And I think I got some thread. I'm just guessing because it's a big box. I don't remember. I know we all have those what did I order moments. Okay, yep, I got some thread. Not a lot, just one. And they had a couple of, they're called centering rulers. They're geeky helpers from their flawed section. I've never used acrylic helper tools like that other than rulers. So I thought I'd check them out. Everybody is always buzzing about stuff like that, so. And that's the eggplant. I didn't have a really good dark purple, so I needed to get one. And it looks a little bit darker than it does in the picture, but I like it. But these are what I'm more intrigued about. So I guess these have holes every 1/2 inch for placing rivets and whatnot in your hardware. And this one's got every 1 inch and every 1/2 inch. I'm guessing the flaw is like a scratch or something. Unless it's like a misprint. I'm not seeing it. I can see there's some scratches in the protective film. But not really. Oh my God, how do you get this off of here? That other one was started. So I don't see, oh wait. No. I don't see what the flaw is. So I guess that's a good thing. So that'll be interesting to learn how to use. All right, and then I've got something from Indolove. This is, I believe, something I was waiting on for a customer ordered. I'm sure several of you guys have seen that I had this greedy clutch that has been sitting around forever. It was the orange jack-o'-lantern print from when I initially did all of my testing. The handle, I had to replace the handle and the wristlet strap, and I'm actually going to do a second wristlet strap for her, but wristlet strap, I can talk. There was this is like that really thin, what do they call it, accessory weight vinyl. And there was a black line going straight down the center on both sides of the strap and the wristlet from when I marked the centers. And it spent several months bleeding through. And it wasn't until I did final inspection that I saw that it had done that. So I was like, yeah, that's not acceptable. I need to remake that. So I ordered the vinyl, I remade everything, and then I realized that I was missing some hardware. So I ordered some strap ends. These are 3/4 inch matte black strap ends. And I don't think I've ever used these ones before that are so small. So small, so cute. And I figured while I was on there, I would grab some 3/4 inch hooks so that I can do the other wristlet strap. And then this is the one that I am most excited about. This is some fabric from J&R Edwards that I ordered retail. And I believe some extras may have been thrown in. So I'm excited to see what all's in here. Really, I've just been used to doing 1 inch. I do like the way that 3/4 inch looks. I just don't use it very often. And I'd say most of my hardware, at least 90% of it is all 1 inch. So I've been slowly trying to accumulate some 3/4 inch just because. All right, so I ordered a bunch of panels, and there was actually, my dogs are upstairs going nuts. I ordered some more of this, which was actually a fabric that I did a strike for, but nobody's actually seen the full bag because the full bag that I did was on my new pattern, and my new pattern that I was planning on releasing in January has still not been completed. So there was only sneaks done when I did my strike posts. So this was part of the most recent adult round. And I thought it looked really good on that bag, so I'm actually going to remake the bag so that it's decent, because there was a lot of flaws with that one being a test bag. So, but this one's in canvas. I think the other one was in just regular cotton. And my dogs are going nuts. If you didn't know, I recently added another dog. And it just so happens to be the littermate sister of my white Pomeranian. And that girl is not housebroken, not trained, not anything, but a pain in the butt. All right, so these are all panels. And if they are still available, you should be able to find them in retail on the J&R site. So this first one is called which one is this? Is this panel skull lit 2, I think? It's a literature panel. I thought that looked really cool. I want to do a bunch of book panels, or a bunch of book bags. Book bags. Since everybody's getting into books lately and I'm book obsessed. Yes, we actually did. It was, and hi, Katie. So our first one, Kiva, we got her 5 years ago, and my husband had seen her listed on a local Facebook group, and the guy said that he was selling her for his cousin, and he had her on there for like $600, $700, I think. And so we ended up meeting the guy in the Petco parking lot, and we had his Pomeranian meet with our Pomeranian, and they seemed fine together. We thought she was cute. We bought her. We found out that she was not fixed. She also was not up to date on her shots. And I mean, she melded into the family just fine. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, my husband sees the same guy posting Kiva's sister, who was a dog that he had acquired with her at the same time. And initially what we found out when he gave me her AKC papers, and I contacted the breeder who lives in Wisconsin, and told her, I have this dog now. So I don't know if you have a policy where people have to return the dog to you if they no longer want it, but I have her now. She's with me. She's safe. She's good. And so I've been in contact with her over the years. And when I told her that I had her, she ended up looking into it and finding out that after he sold Kiva to us, he went and bought a male dog from a breeder friend of hers. So he got rid of one female who was not fixed and bought an unfixed male. And so we just assumed that he was breeding them. So fast forward to a couple weeks ago, my husband sees the post that he's getting rid of Kiva's sister. And we were kind of on the fence about it. He wasn't really open with a lot of the information. We ended up meeting him in the same Petco parking lot. And we met her, and she barked at us the whole time. Like, she would not stop. There was not even a pause unless she was getting a treat. My husband had walked into Petco and bought a bag of treats. And so she did not like people. And he told us this. She doesn't like people. She doesn't like strangers. And he had mentioned that she was an outdoors dog, which I'm not a fan of. But then we found out that she had been living on a farm and had been outside for 5 years, only allowed to come in the house at night. And her fur was rough, and apparently they shaved her probably to get rid of something that was on it so that she looked more appealing and more white. I mean, her fur is still discolored, but her paws are kind of angled funny, and whenever we pick her up, instead of going limp like this, she goes splayed like this with all of her limbs. So she's not used to being picked up, probably not used to being held. And she was used to probably cowering outside constantly. And so we weren't going to take her because I thought it would be too much of a challenge dealing with a dog that's used to being outside for 5 years, bringing her into a home where 100% of our animals are indoor animals. And so I got home and I felt really bad. So I contacted the breeder and I was like, okay, look, he's trying to sell her. And this is what we learned. And this is what we saw. And she was like, go get her. I will reimburse you. Go get her, please. And so I told my husband to contact him. And the guy was like, yeah, she's still available. And we ended up going to get her the next day. And I said that we would see how she did until the weekend. And if she seemed to integrate into the house okay, then we might keep her. And so this was on a Monday that we initially met her, a Tuesday that we ended up taking her. Wednesday, my husband took her to, no. We saw her on Sunday, got her on Monday. Tuesday, my husband took her to the vet. She ended up getting her first round of shots and a checkup, and we found out she hadn't been to the vet since 2020. So not only was she a designer dog that was kept outside for 5 years, she had not been to the vet. Luckily, she got a clean bill of health. There was no parasites. Levels were good. She didn't have anything internal. There was no bugs. There was no mange. There was nothing. So she was relatively taken care of, but you can tell that she'd never been to like a groomer or anything like that. So she's got her second round of shots coming up on the 15th and her first groomer appointment on the 18th, and she's integrated quite well. She gets along really well with her sister, and she also gets along really well with our American Eskimo, who kind of treats both Poms like they're her children. So her name was Irene, but we have renamed her Saoirse. So now both of our Poms have Irish names. And other than the fact that she's not really housebroken and she barks a lot, she's actually done really well. She is starting to learn that it's okay if she does her business in the house to do it on a pee pad, but she's also learning that it's okay to do things outside. And she loves to cuddle. She loves belly scritches. She's actually a really good dog. So we ended up not turning her back over to the breeder, and she was really happy about that. And she ended up giving me a nice hefty discount on a future dog as a thank you for rescuing her. So we have a new family member, and I'm very happy about it. And it's going to take a little bit for her to completely integrate, but she is loving the fact that she is inside 24/7. I'm sure she has no regrets, and her fur is starting to grow in. And the minimal grooming that we've done, she's actually taken to really, really well. So, but the previous owner who lied about selling the dog for his cousins, both times he said he was selling the dog for his cousins, he has now been blacklisted from said breeder, and I'm sure she's going to tell her friends to blacklist him as well. So, hey, Melissa. So that's my my new dog Pomeranian story. Melissa, you're going to have to watch back later because actually, no, I already told you everything. You already know everything. Never mind. So, oh my God. See, Nicole, I couldn't have a dog that's big enough to jump fences. We have a 6-foot privacy fence, and our old dog, Penny, who we rehomed last year, could not have jumped it, but she jumped every single gate in the house, which pissed me off. She is cute. She's trouble, but she's cute. All right, so this one is called Straight Outta Hell, and this is one that I'd seen before, and I wanted to get it, and I just didn't, but now I did. I'm planning on doing something fun with that one. Oh, this one's this one's not a surprise. This one's one I got. This one's called Patriarchy Plague. You know, I love my plague doctors. That one could be a Valora. Actually, if I buy some of Jenna's roses, I could do that. And I think I might even have some roses. Hey, bud, you do not have clothes on. You do not come over here. He does not like wearing clothes during the day. All right. And then here's another book panel. This one is called Skull Lit 3. And this one is on actually Dragon Sheen. And if you've never heard of Dragon Sheen, it's kind of like a silky smooth canvas, but it's got a soft backing. So it kind of feels like waterproof canvas, but it's very sleek. And I have not sewn with it yet, but I do have a few pieces of it, and I need to try it. And then this one is also from the book round. This is Smutty Book Club. I thought that was so cute. I love Reapers. And Reapers and Plague Doctors and stuff like that is so cute. I can show you. Here you go. I know that's one that you'd like. And this one is on vinyl. And it's kind of a purpley tone. So if you compare it to the black crosshatch, it's not quite black, but it's a very dark purple. You are welcome. So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should have one more that oh my God. Oh, nope, that makes 6. Okay, so that's all 6 of those. So now the rest of these were thrown in to my order. I requested, I believe, 2 or 3 of them. So this one is dragons. And then there's another one that's just like it with a different gradient. And I have an idea for both of those with another panel, but since there's so many options here, I don't know which ones I'm going to choose yet. So there's those two. This one, a dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. That makes me sad every time I see that, because one of my favorite characters was killed off because his dragon died. So, yes, Fourth Wing. There's another one. I think that would be a central panel. That would be fun. And, oh, she threw in 2 of the purple gradient. Well, now I might have to change that design up that I was planning. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. Oh my gosh. It's like dark but subtle. I love it. And it looks like that's hand sketched. Not like on here, but like printed. But I'm sure a lot of these are sketched, but this looks like it's just hand sketched, like no brushes, whatever you call them. And this one too, I don't usually do blue, but I might have to get some blue vinyl. Dragons are so pretty. This one says burn it down. I think I might have some. Actually, you know, I've got some of that. Oh, which one is it called? Dementor's Kiss, the black and red thread from Wizardry. That might look really good with this one. Oof, I might have to do another live where I plan out some of these. And this one says fly or die. I love that. And then there's another dragon. Those are so pretty. Yeah, I've become obsessed with some of those dragon series. So I started getting ideas in my head when I was looking through some of the ones on their site. I mean, previously, the most I had thought about was when there had been a few people who said they were going to do a dragon style bag with the Bat Company bag. And I never really put too much thought into it. But now seeing all these dragon panels, I don't know about a Bat Company bag, but I definitely want to do some dragon bookish bags. And I've got actually quite a bit of dragon hardware started already. Black Widow. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Dementor's Kiss is the black and white. I've got that one. Where did you go? That might be a little too orange to use with this thread, but I wonder if they've got like a black and orange or something like that, or a red and orange. I've got rainbow, but I don't think the rainbow would work very well. I don't know. I'll definitely have to pick a night to go live and have you guys help me plot out some of these bags. This one, though, I don't know. I could do like a nice frame around it. Could be a flatterer. Oh, wait, maybe I could do... Oh, I just got an idea. Candy corn, is that one from Wizardry? You know, actually what I was going to say is if I might not use the flatterer because I just can never be solid on it. But if I was to do this, I've got some steampunk gears that I could use in lieu of the O-rings along the gusset. And then if I did a frame around this, I could do some more all around the outside face of it. Possibly. This one, I'm thinking it's going to have to be something punky. I'm probably going to have to buy some safety pins and get some, maybe some music pins. I could do an ITA bag with that, actually. That would be fun. Because this, I mean, it just screams punk. Like, screams punk. Like, shredded punk jean jacket kind of a thing. Hello, Rory. Okay, I'm going to have to grab that orange thread then. I have seen some people using the Cricut to cut scales. I don't like my Cricut that much. And my Cricut doesn't like me, so it's pretty apparent that I don't think it would get along with me enough to do something like that, but never say never. Sometimes I'm a glutton for punishment and I do it to myself, so. Yeah, don't tell me these things. Don't tell me. Don't tell me these things. Yes, an anarchy bag. Don't tell me about what's coming because I don't need any more stuff. So this, because I got 2 of them, I'm kind of thinking, I don't want to go as basic as like a Tuesday tote, but if I did a sanctuary, these could be the front pocket. And I mean, sanctuary is large enough to hold like a small laptop and tablet, bottles of water. So it's a pretty decent sized tote. So I don't know. Maybe I could do a sanctuary with those. We'll have to see. This one, that could be a sanctuary too. I don't think any of these will be sanctuaries though. The dragon bags, those are all going to be bigger bags. I don't know. Definitely going to have a plotting session. But this one's definitely already spoken for because that's going to be one of my new bags when I redo it. I don't think that I would use any of these panels on the new design because there's other stuff that's going on the front of the bag. So it's not really a panel bag unless you leave off some of the extras. And there will be plenty of extras. The new bag, in lining alone, is 2 yards of fabric. I am not shitting you when I say this is a huge bag. So I don't think it's going to be a very good panel bag. Plus the anchors come down and take up a good chunk of real estate. So I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to see. But I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. So if you want to hang out for a few more minutes while I finish this, you can. I just need to put these handles together. So these are for that greedy clutch. And I want to send them off to her tomorrow. Where did I put my screwdriver? Oh, of course it's on my cutting table. That is from Wizardry. It's actually a really nice color. Take it out so you can see the actual color. Nice, nice, nice dark purple. Let's see, I don't have... Yeah, I don't have anything that even comes close to this. Maybe I shouldn't have told you I was going live. I've been a little overly influential the past couple of days. I think I saw that one, but I didn't grab it. Actually, I'm surprised that I only purchased one because I had like 5 or 6 in my cart and I was like, nope, we don't need any of these right now. The only thing that you really need is that purple because you might be using it. So we'll have to see. I'm sure I'll end up getting it. I still have space on my wall. Plenty of space. At the moment, I've got room for about 8 more big rolls, spools. I have a decent collection between my Aman thread, which takes up most of the section, and then I've got a nice little collection started of Wizardry, which I don't buy very often because of the hefty price tag. And then I've got a good chunk of Saya's stuff too. Ooh. Get excited. That is definitely hands down one of my favorite tools. If I had to pick my top 3 favorite tools that I keep around my sewing table, it would be my zipper jig, my awl, and my hemostats. I mean, anytime I'm getting asked about it, it makes me happy. And then when I'm not being asked about it, I always find a way to bring it up by like using it in a video or something. Or if somebody complains about wavy pocket zippers, I'm like, well, you know. And for the longest time, they were actually closed. They had closed down their website and they were no longer making the zipper jigs. And I had on several occasions talked to Garth and asked him if he was going to be doing it again. And a couple of months ago, they opened up a pre-order for them. And so I was excited that they came back. And then I guess just recently, when they got those ones done, they opened up another pre-order, and their website is back too, which made me really happy. Garth had seen my video on how I use it. So I'm glad that he's back doing that thing, because so many people have been picking up on it in the past week. And it's absolutely something that I think everybody should have. Even if you don't use it every time, it comes in handy. I mean, you can even use it on more narrow, like it's a 7-inch bar, but you could still use it on like a 5-inch pocket. And it also comes in handy when you're doing like a 10-inch pocket. So I have not installed a zipper pocket without it. So there's the newly done handle. And I felt kind of bad because I ended up pulling the original chain off of the first handle, and I could not find these hooks anywhere else. So I ended up putting the chain back on there, but using different hooks. And then I still had some more of this chain left, but used the original hooks. So she's going to get it back. I also use clamped ends on the other one. So she's going to get this back better than the first one. Yeah, I'm a little obsessed with thread too. I mean, half the thread that I haven't even used yet. Go figure. I'm sure a lot of us are like that though. Yeah, the price actually has gone up $10 since I purchased it. I bought it, it was $35. And that was back in 2021. I initially found out about it because Lauren had it, but apparently she forgot that she had it because she hasn't been using it for a couple years, and she used it once recently, but it's definitely worth having around. I mean, anybody who has issues installing zippered pockets, or anybody who just wants to get it done quickly, it's like the perfect tool. So I was debating getting another one since they've got another pre-order going. Since I technically have 2 machines and 2 spaces, I don't really sew a lot on my cylinder arm. But I could potentially do a whole bag on it. I don't know if anybody wants to see that, but if I did, it would come in handy to have one over there. Even if it's just for placement. I don't know if my narrow walking foot is narrow enough to use with it, but it's worth a shot. Yes, zipper wall. I'm so glad you went with that style, because it's it keeps everything up and out of the way. It also makes it all immediately accessible without having to dig around, and you can see what you've got. So like when you're going to place an order, do I have any blue? Do I have any? Nope, I don't have any blue. You know, and you don't have to dig around and find it. Not everybody has the space for it, but I thought your placement was perfect for that. Oh my gosh, yes. I found that out just randomly. Like I did not watch any. I believe that Garth has a video on the Myth Leather Co. YouTube on how to use it, but I didn't watch that. And so I just kind of played with it a bit, and I saw how Lauren had initially used it, and I think she just used it to line up the zipper. But the more I used it, the more I found different ways that it could be used. So just like how I was playing around with the zipper one day and found out how figured out how to add a zipper backwards. Or add a zipper pull backwards, rather. This orange is just some accessory weight lychee from Amazon. I am actually not making a bag right now. This is, oh, I got that in there crooked. Do you remember that orange greedy that I made way back when with the pumpkin face? The customer who bought that bag last week ended up having, when I was doing final inspections, I saw a black line along the center of the front and the back of both the handle and the wristlet strap from construction. It bled through. So I remade them for her, and I'm going to drop them in the mail tomorrow. And I need some bigger rivets for this. Do I have? See if these will work. Yeah, it's a great way to fill up that space, definitely. I'm still very jealous of your whole hidden room. If only I had the space to do that. But I think the only place I could do that would be where I store, I have one of those build-it-yourself metal closet insert things that's got like some shelves and some hanging bars. And if I moved that forward, I could potentially put stuff behind it. But the problem is that this basement has... Why am I doing this wrong? I'm not even paying attention. And I put that on the wrong side too, didn't I? The people who we bought this house from, we found mouse damage in the walls. And so their way to make up for it was to leave their massive freaking can't be broken down pool table. So that's the only downside to being in the basement, is that I've got this massive pool table. It doubles as my cutting table, but I can't do anything else with the space. It just really irks me. So, but if I had the space to do it, I would totally put one of those hidden room wall areas like you have. Kiva, go upstairs instead of barking at your sister, please. Oh, come on. Oh my God, did this get stripped? No. It's just being temperamental. I don't think it's anything that any bag maker shouldn't be willing to do. I mean, if you find a flaw in your construction, you should be willing to fix it. And now that's stripped. The screw is stripped. And that's one of the reasons why I always do final inspections when I send out a customer's order, because I don't want them to get it and then be like, why the hell did I just pay all that money for this when this is messed up? So, and I didn't want her to go without handles, because that would have been really crappy to send it without handles. So I just sent it with the original ones, as well as a note stating that there was an issue with them and that she can use them for now, but that I'm making her a new set and we'll send it separately. Oh, do we have a flawed All right, this thing's just going to keep stripping screws. I think this is a bad... What is going on here? All right, I'm going to pre-poke this hole then because it's not acting right. Oh, and Liz is going to be on in like 5 minutes. Hey, Wendy. Well, I've got 1,000,001 screws laying around, so if I get a stripped screw, I just pull it out as best I can and replace it. Sometimes they can still be used if you take a rubber band and lay it across the screw and then use your screwdriver over the rubber band. You could either get it into the hole or out of the hole. But oftentimes, because it's screw-in hardware and it could potentially be removed at some point, I try not to use anything that's been stripped. And you can actually just get like packs of extra screws on Amazon. They come with a little screwdriver. Nope, that's not where you go. Can you tell it's been a while since I've made any of these? It looks like the 10-inch is not long enough. Oh no, maybe it'll work. Or 10-inch. 10 millimeter. A little bit of a difference there. Yeah, I'll send you links. Just message me and tell me what everything you wanted. All right, let's see if this will fit. Yeah, it looks like it's set just fine. So I'm going to use that. And then I might pop in to Liz's live to say hi. But then I'm going to head out because it is currently 56 degrees outside. And my son is just over being sick, like sick as a dog for the past 24 hours. So I want to get him out, get him some fresh air, maybe go to the dog park. There we go. So I'm adding, this is the wristlet that would have come with the bag. This is the handle that would have come with the bag. And then I just did a bonus 3/4 inch wristlet strap just in case. Just because she's waiting patiently for these. So I'll go ahead and pop those in the mail for her tomorrow. And all will be well. So thanks for popping in for my little quickie here. I don't know, maybe I'll cut something out and sew later tonight. Maybe we can plot one of those panels or something. We'll see. So everybody go over and pick on Liz. Go say hi to Liz. And I'll see you over there briefly.